Good afternoon, everyone. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 6C. Myself, Karthik Bharadwaj, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Solistic LLP, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, ICTCS 2024, Jaipur, India. The ninth edition of the conference is being organized in the hybrid mode. The physical event was held yesterday in Jaipur, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 20th and 24th December 2024. I will hope that you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 10 minutes for their presentation and 2 minutes for question answer round. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remark. If you have any query or update, please write it to me in the chat box. Before proceeding further, I would like to introduce you with today's session chair, Dr. Sailesh Pramod. Dr. Sailesh Pramod is currently served as the head of department and assistant professor at NBN Snark School of Engineering, Pune, with over 12 years of academic and industrial experience. Dr. Sailesh has contributed extensively to research in AI, cybersecurity, IoT, and software-defined networks. With numerous publication and Best Paper awards, he is also recognized for guiding winning teams in prestigious hackathons like Smart India Hackathon and Ethereum ETH India 2023. I request Sir to kindly address our participants.
Thank you, Karthik, for such a wonderful introduction. So, I welcome you all to this conference. Hope everybody has prepared properly for his content. And whatever contents you are having, I will be providing you good suggestions for any improvement in your papers. So, all the best to all the participants. Thank you from my side.
Thank you, sir, for such kind, motivating words. Now we are moving towards the first paper of the day. For the first paper, I would like to call presenter Gaurang for the paper title CNN Architecture for Accurate and Robust Brain Tumor Classification. I request presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, you're audible to us. You can proceed with your presentation.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible to us.
Thank you, sir. Give me just a second. Okay. My presentation, can you see?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible to us.
Okay. So, first of all, thank you for so I would like to introduce myself first. I am Gaurang Bharadwa, and I am presenting this presentation about CNN architecture for accurate robust brain tumor classification. And I am thrilled that I am presenting in ICTCS 2024, and I am presenting my topic on behalf of my college, and this research has done in my college with Priyanka Patel, my guidance faculty. So let's start with index. Okay, so this is index. I will cover first of all abstract, then after introduction, proposed methodology, CNN architecture, flowchart, result and future work, and conclusion and references. So first of all, what I would like to inform. I would like to tell something about my project. Basically, our project is about brain tumor. brain tumor classification using CNN architecture from MRI based image. Here you can see problem statement: brain tumor, whether being benign or many malignant, post diagnosis challenges. Objectives are propose a CNN model for automatic detection and classification of brain tumor from MRI images. So we will train our model from MRI images dataset, which is taken from internet, and this is the methodology we are following. First of all, we will do pre-processing. In that, resizing and augmentation will be done. After that, deep CNN with ReLU and max pooling layers. All the training task will be done in that model, and after that, binary and multi-class classification. Our result, basically this model have achieved training accuracy 93% and testing accuracy 90%. And conclusion is that CNN framework improves diagnostic accuracy and integrate well into clinical environments. Now, introduction is that I have taken basically three type of brain tumor, and fourth one is result that there is no tumor. So this classification will classify the image in four classes. So first of all, what is brain tumor? Brain tumor is abnormal cell growth inside the brain, and here is two type of brain tumor I have mentioned: benign and malignant. Benign is non-aggressive, and malignant is aggressive brain tumor, which cause death is death of human also. So statistics says that 28,000 plus new brain tumor cases annually in India. So which is taken from internet, and I have mentioned that reference, and 24,000 plus deaths reports yearly. And diagnostic method are two type of method. First one, traditional and modern. In traditional, X-ray and biopsy. So in that method, it achieves like 50% of accuracy. But we are using now MRI image, which is called magnetic resonance imaging. And our motivation is that suppose we are go to doctor and take out MRI images, and we examine them. So what if we pass that image in our AI model? So it will automatically classify that. So it will make human life easy. And here we have proposed methodology. End-to-end CNN based brain tumor classification we have used, and data preparation MRI images labeled by. So it is we have labeled images for every classes, and pre-processing, resizing image, and augmentation will be done in rotation, flipping and expand data set. CNN architecture. First of all, input layer will be there. From that, images are passes and divided into many frames. After ReLU layer will be done, which introduce non-linearity. Then after pooling layer will work as well. Then fully connected layer, which classify by using softmax function. Training data framework, TensorFlow and Keras we have used. Loss function, sparse categorical cross entropy we have used. Basically, this function is used for multi-class classification, and for testing purpose we have taken any random images from internet, and then passes for testing phase, and it result in 90% right. So this is the CNN architecture. You can see here all the images we are feeding to our model will divided into frames, and then after pooling will be done, and feature extraction and pooling will be done. Then after dropout, non-necessary data will be drop out and only necessary data will be fetched. And then dense layer, in dense layer, the classification logic will be done. Then softmax function will classify the image in this three category of brain tumor. So I have explained that input layer, then after ReLU, max pooling, fully connected layer, and softmax output. This is the function of ReLU, which introduce non-linearity. It will convert image pixel in 0 and 1, 0 and 1, and softmax convert output to class probabilities. Then that means it will classify the images in multi-class. Then after pooling, max pooling, reduce dimensionality for efficient computation. So suppose we have MRI images and in their image there is somewhere a brain tumor, then it will by performing max pooling, it will take that particular portion of brain tumor and then classify it by its position, and after augmentation and flipping and many data pre-processing thing, it will done. This is basic flow chart of my model. So first of all, we have to feed the model MRI images, and then after pre-processing will be done. First of all, we have to pre-processing our data. Then after, it will divided into segments. In means that one image will be
Sorry to
divided
interrupt,
in.
sir, but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Okay. So after in segmentation, image will be segmented, then feature extraction will be done. After feature extraction, unnecessary features will be reduction, then training phase will be start. And then if the brain tumor is not present in our brain, then it will go to normal phase. If the brain tumor is present, then it will be also going to training phase and then classify into three brain tumor. This is the result and the graph which I have obtained by training and testing. This is the graph of accuracy and epochs, or training accuracy and validation accuracy. You can see here, and this is the loss graph, training loss and validation loss. Future work and conclusion is that overfitting in this model will decrease the accuracy, and we have to address this that overfitting and with regulation and advanced augmentation by passing more number of data and optimize our model, and many other different type of images. By passing that, we will address overfitting. And as conclusions, I have obtained achieve 93% of training accuracy and 90% of testing accuracy, and which will automate our brain tumor detection by CNN classification model. So this is this is references from I have prepared. So this is all from my side. Thank you.
Okay. So Gaurang, in your presentation, have you gone for the real data or you have gone for any data set for the CNN testing?
Basically, I have gone for the data set in which three type of brain tumor with label data, like glioma tumor folder will be contain all the glioma tumor type of brain tumor. Then I have trained that my model from that data set, and then after I have fed that model any random brain tumor MRI.
Okay, okay. So, have you not tried to do a comparison of some two data sets for your result? Like you are showing the testing accuracy and training accuracy. So, haven't you tried for going for two different data set for the three classes that you have identified in your CNN model?
No, I have taken only one data set in their larger number of images are stored. But alongside I have tried another classification model like LSTM, but it is not working like that. So I have choose the CNN and only on one data set I have trained that.
Okay. Can you go to slide number 9?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So can you tell me the reason why the spikes are coming for your blue, that is validation, and why it is smooth for testing or training part, red one? Any idea why it is happening for your data set?
Okay, so red line is denoting training accuracy. So according to dataset, this line is uploaded and validation accuracy and after testing phase. So and during testing phase, we fed the model any random images, then it denotes that it's slightly up and down from training accuracy, and basically it's difference from training accuracy and validation accuracy.
Okay, Gaurav. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Mogla Achal Maharaj Kishore for the paper title Comprehensive Review of Milk Adulteration Techniques, Impact, Detection and Prevention. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation. Sir, you are not audible to us.
Yes. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, now you're audible to us.
Very good afternoon, and thank you, ICTCS, for inviting me to this session. My name is Achal Mogla, and I have done my paper under the guidance of DK Chaturvedi, sir, and I'm from the Albag Education Institute, the Albag, Agra. My paper title is Comprehensive Review of Milk Adulteration Techniques, Impacts, Detection, and Prevention. The contents are The contents are introduction, definition of adulteration and categorization. We will be dealing with reasons for adulteration, the impacts of adulterants found in milk, different methods for adulteration detection, role of consumer awareness, case study, followed by the way. We begin with the introduction. India is an agriculture-based country wherein dairy and agriculture go hand in hand. And since times immemorial, milk is known to offer all the energy and nutrients required for a robust body. There are two categories of vitamins found in milk: fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, and water soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins are vitamin B and C. Vitamin E has its own significance as it is very good for eye health, and milk is a rich source of vitamin A. 172 milligram of vitamin A is found in 100 gram of whole milk. 102 milligram of vitamin A is found in skim milk, and 5 milligram of vitamin A is found in 100 gram of skim milk. Coming next, what is the significance of vitamin B? Significance of vitamin B is it helps in the formation of RBCs. It helps to keep the nervous system healthy, and it converts nutrients like carbohydrates into energy. What is India is currently the largest milk producing country in the world with a production of 239.3 million tons and a compounded annual growth rate of 5.85% over the past 9 years. The reason why milk is adulterated is demand is because the supply is less than the demand. And what are the reasons for other reasons for adulteration is to increase the commercial attributes of the product, to earn more profits, poor mentality of the consumers, and shortage of authentic ingredients at affordable prices. And milk until it reaches the consumer, it is supposed to be protected. So during that time, adulteration can be done to increase the profits. What is adulteration? Adulteration is the process by which the quality or nature of a substance is reduced through addition of a foreign substance. And there are two kinds of adulterants: intentional adulteration and unintentional adulteration. To give you a brief idea about the adulterants found in milk, we have water, detergents, starch, urea, formalin, chlorine, melamine, synthetic milk, table sugar, and vegetable oil, which are added as adulterants. And each of this, they have their own effects. Uh, Drinking milk which is adulterated with detergent leads to food poisoning and nausea. With starch, it leads to kidney problems. Milk adulterated with urea can lead to failure of kidneys. Drinking milk with formalin adulteration can lead to liver and kidney damage. Similarly, drinking milk adulterated with melamine can lead to kidney failure and other detrimental effects. Now, moving over to the different methods, there are different methods for detection of adulteration in milk. They are classified into three different methods: technological method, electrical method, and qualitative detection method. There are various kinds of techniques which are available for detection of adulteration in milk. For urea, we use methods like instruments like biosensors, biopotential biometric sensors. For water adulteration, we use electronic noses, we use freezing point osmometry. Then for detection of whey or liquid whey in milk, we have immunological methods like ELISA, we have PCR, which is a molecular technique, and we have RPHPLC, which is reverse phase high performance liquid chromatography. Apart from these technological methods, the next method is we have electrical methods for detection of adulteration in milk, wherein which are potentiometric sensors, we have ultrasonic detectors, we have conductance measurement methods, we have ENOs and E-tongue. Coming to the next method of detection of adulterant, we have the rapid quality detection of adulterants in milk, which are done in the labs. We have various adulterants like starch, glucose, skim milk, common salt, sugar, etc., which have various tests which are done in the laboratory, and depending on the observations, we can detect whether the milk is adulterated or not. The most important is the role of consumer awareness in prevention of adulteration. And as per the state of Karnataka survey done, 60% of the subjects had moderate knowledge on food adulteration. As per another survey, there is a correlation between the age and the educational status of the respondents. And it was found surprisingly that smaller cities have a higher adulteration percentage as compared to the major metro cities, bigger metro cities. There was a survey in Agra which was conducted in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, and it was found that 50% of the respondents they preferred the use of loose milk as against the use of packaged milk. And out of these respondents, nearly 86% had their own property, while the remaining 14% had rented property. And 86% out of these respondents, they were in business, while the remaining 20,000 were in service. And still, there are 75% of the people who believe that loose milk should be taken as compared to packaged milk, which is which was the main core point of the case study. And only 14% of the consumed packaged milk was found to be available in the market, and the per consumption milk in liters was found to be 0.3, who were the persons consuming loose milk, and 0.25 in case of persons consuming packaged milk. And considering the source of milk, it was found that 56% of the respondents purchased milk from the milkman, and 23% purchased it from the dairy, and remaining 19% purchased it from the shop. So the way ahead to tackle this menace of adulteration would be to build a cheap, handy, and effective tool or instrument for milk adulteration, through which we can immediately detect adulteration in various forms. Another is the use of AI, artificial intelligence, has been used, which has an accuracy of around 99.05% accuracy. There are various machines like support vector machine is used in case of AI, and deep learning techniques are also slowly and steadily gaining acceptance in the industry. Example of deep learning technique is CNN technique, which is like used for detection of skim milk powder in milk. So the conclusion is, to conclude, we have to take care of this adulteration, and we have to prevent it from happening, because the major difference between a balanced diet and a malnutrition diet is milk, and the only source of nutrition which is available in every home is milk. So that is how I would like to conclude. Thank you so much.
Sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah, thank you, sir, for such a nice presentation, and it is a very nice topic. So, any suggestions how we can motivate the rural areas to overcome this adulteration issue?
The major thing, awareness can be created, sir, by showing them, going and showing them experimental ways how a adulterated sample looks like and how it can be detected, so that people are more aware about the you know loss about the harmful effects of adulteration. So once people are aware that this is how adulteration looks like in the milk and how it can harm, that awareness is the key to controlling adulteration, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, can I know your full name?
My name, sir.
Yes, sir.
So my name is Achal Mogla. It's like Mogla is my last name. Maharaj Kishore is my dad's name, and Achal is my first name. So Mogla Achal Maharaj Kishore.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for such a beautiful presentation. Wonderful presentation. Now we are moving towards the next presentation of the day. For the next presentation, I would like to call Abhay Nath for the paper title Enhanced YOLO V8 for Road Object Detection with Advanced AI based Real Time Precision Algorithm. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you're audible to us.
Yeah, my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible to us.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today, we are excited to present our work titled Enhanced YOLO V8 for Road Object Detection with Advanced AI-based Real-Time Precision Algorithm. This project is supervised by Jai Kumar Patel, sir, and the correspond by Gaurang Patel, sir. So our paper ID is 207. Now, our research focuses on improving the road object detection for applications like traffic management and autonomous vehicles. Object detection is a key part of these systems, but current methods face issues with accuracy, speed, and handling real-time situations. We aim to address these challenges by improving the YOLO V8 model to make it more precise and reliable for detecting objects on the road. So mainly some problems. uh, Let I explain the problems that we tackled. Most objective detection models today struggle with detecting small objects like pedestrians or bicycles, then high processing requirements which slow things down, then difficulty working in real time, especially in busy environments. So these limitations make it hard to use existing models effectively for real world applications like traffic systems or autonomous driving. Now our solution, like uh, fine tuning, then optimized algorithms, then we used focus on real time. Like in fine tuning, we used techniques like transfer learning to train the model better for road specific objects like cars, buses, or pedestrians. Optimized algorithms, like we made the model faster and more precise with advanced optimization methods. And we ensured that the model works smoothly in real time, even in busy and challenging environments. Now, in our model, we used the COCO dataset, where we have 330,000 images with 80 categories, but focused on cars, buses, and the pedestrian, etc. So we fine-tune our model, and in our pre-processing involved, right, where we used resizing, normalization, augmentation, these pre-processing techniques we are implement to fine-tune our model for morely focused on the uh, road object detection only. This is our model architecture. So in here, improve the architecture like using the backbone of YOLO V8 is efficient and helps to process images faster. Then enhance the detection like features like better localization, and simplified predictions make the model more accurate. And in post-processing steps, we added a special blocks that help focus on small objects and to reduce unnecessary detections. These changes make the model better at detecting objects while keeping it efficient. Uh, okay, so here we fine tune using the cosine annealing scheduler. We use the Adam W optimizer and adaptive gradient clipping AGC to enhance our model. So I put it here the equation that we implement in our model. Then the training strategies, where we use the sophisticated weighted averaging, layer-wise adaptive rate scaling, then the cyclic momentum for stability. So these are the key points we are used and train our model. In post-processing, we use the non-maximum suppression, where we remove the redundant predictions. Then feature pyramid network to enhance a small object detection, and squeeze and excitation blocks that improves the feature map focus. Now, which metrics we are used here? So we choose the precision, recall, F1 score, and RMSE, where we set the equations that how we extract the matrices here. Then in our result, uh, in precision, we get 97.9%. This shows how accurate the model detections are. Recall is 96.8%. This indicates how well the model finds all objects. F1 score is 97.3%, a balance between precision and recall, and error rate just 0.188, which is very low. So compared to older models like YOLO V7 and faster RCNN, so it's better to enhance YOLO V8 performs so much better in accuracy and speed also. So these are the table where the previous researchers are already done these types of works, and we already pursue the key metrics in our results. We already cited in our references. So these are the visualization of our result, where we can see that our validation and the training accuracy is goes like, then on the false positive rate in our confusion matrix is very low, the true positives is higher. Then the real-time applications, we test our model in real-world situations like busy streets and the changing environments. The results are promising. The model accurately detected cars, buses, animals, and pedestrians in real time. It adapted well to different conditions, providing its potential for real-world use in traffic management and the autonomous vehicles. Uh, in contribution, enhanced the YOLO V8's model design, then introduced the robust optimization techniques, achieved high accuracy and low computational overhead. The advantages is real-time precision, then versatility in road conditions, scalability, smart traffic and autonomous driving systems, etc. Now, of course, every project has its challenges. Here, what we faced, handling the large datasets requires a lot of computing power. The model needs further optimization to run or smaller devices like those used in IoT systems. Looking ahead, we plan to create lightweight version of the model for constrained devices, expand its applications to areas like pedestrian safety and smart city systems. In conclusion, improves the accuracy and works smoothly in real time, handles the challenges of detection of small objects and adapting to dynamic environments, has the potential to make smart traffic systems and autonomous vehicles safer and more reliable. So these are the references we are used in our paper right now.
Okay, Abhay, thank you for such a nice presentation. Your team has done a very nice job, and the output that you have showed are really very nice. RMSE, that is root mean square error, which was there of 4, you have reduced it to not 1.8, I think, on some of the slide I have
Yeah.
seen. So that's really a good achievement from your side. So while doing your work, practically you have done on the real life objects also, right? Real time objects. So
Right,
any
sir.
challenges that you faced while working on it?
Yeah, mainly we are faced to redundant objects, like a single object is redundantly categorized in our model. So we handle these by sophisticated gradient error boost, like these types of algorithms.
Okay. And any significant achievement you have upon the YOLO 7 while using YOLO 8?
Yeah, mainly it's YOLO V7 over the YOLO V8. We get the achievement in cost of RMSE and also the precision. And mainly our focus is to optimize this for lower devices to conclude our project.
Okay. Very nice work, Abhay and team. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Divij J. Patel for the paper title Food Categorizer Efficient B1 Enhanced CNN for Food Classification on Food 101 Database. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible to us.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible to us.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dvij Patel, and I'm here to present our research titled Food Categorizer Efficient Net B1 Enhanced CNN for Food Classification on the Food 101 dataset. And my co-authors are Priyal Shah, Jay Kumar Patel, Naman Patel, Nilay Shah, and Shlok Patel. And our supervisor was Jay Kumar Patel. So food image recognition is an essential tool for applications like restaurant menu automation. If people are traveling in different countries, they need to know about the what the food contains if they order something on restaurant. So our food classification, food categorizer, uh, and sorry, our food classification addresses that challenge by if we have used food 101 dataset which contains over 1 lakh images from different 101 categories, making it a robust benchmark for food classification. And our aim is to demonstrate how this model can improve accuracy and efficiency in real world applications. Talking about the proposed approach, our proposed approach is centered on efficient net B1, a model specifically chosen for its ability to balance the computational efficiency and high accuracy. Second thing is to train the model. We have pre-processed the Food 101 dataset by resizing the image size by 224 cross 224 pixels. Third thing is the model's final layer uses a softmax function to predict the probability of each food category. And additionally, we have used NVIDIA T4 GPUs to accelerate the training and ensure real-time performance. The methodology here we have used is, first of all, we have pre-processed the data set by using different pre-processing techniques, that is resizing, normalizing, and data augmentation. Second thing is model architecture, that is efficient net B1. The architecture includes 66 layers featuring convolutional layer, batch normalizing, not normalization, ReLU activation, max pooling layers, and squeeze and excitation blocks. Third is that we have divided the training process in given 75% images for training and 25% for testing. We have fine-tuned the images. We have used the loss function and software activation, and also we have used an ADAM optimizer that for efficient gradient descent. For evaluation purpose, we have used the key matrices, that is accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. Here are some literature reviews we have referred to before the research work. So comparing with existing system is what makes efficient B1 efficient net B1 different from other traditional methods, that is VGG 16 and ResNet 50, is that it uses compounding scaling that is better for accuracy, and the efficient net B1 surpasses the models in both terms, accuracy as well as efficiency. As of you can see, the VGG net 16 achieves an accuracy of 80.2%, and while ResNet improves accuracy to 83.5%, but efficient net outperforms both the accuracy of with an accuracy of 85.28%. Also, it has fastest inference time of 35 milliseconds. Now talking about the dataset, we have used the Food 101 dataset, which contains a large amount of images, and it is divided into 101 food classes that is best for training purpose. We have split the dataset around 750 for training and 250 for testing in each class. We have resized the image into 224 cross 224 pixels and normalized it to 0.1 pixel value. So here is the table comparing methods, and in that efficient net B1 performs very well in terms of all. So there are some limitations of our system, that the system finds it difficult to distinguish similar food items, and also it finds difficulty in distinguishing classes. We have some future work that we could apply assemble learning with other architecture, and we can also explore multi-model approaches such as ResNet. We can collaborate such models and improve our accuracy. In conclusion, based on efficient net B1 that achieves 85.28% accuracy on Food 101 dataset, uh, demonstrating superior performance in food classification. Its balance of efficiency and accuracy underscores its potential for real-world application, and there are some future improvements for enhancing the accuracy. And here are the references. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Very nice presentation, Dwij and team. So one question, that is there only one data set for food that you have referred? Or
We
for
have
your analysis, you have gone for only one data set?
referred many of the dataset, but the best one preferred for this food classification is the Food 101, because it contains more than 1 lakh images that any other dataset doesn't.
So after training this model, have you tried to work on some real-time food image, that whether it is working for that
Uh,
image?
yes, we do have used the real-time images, and it's working correctly with an accuracy of 85.28%.
So you embedded your model in some application also for doing the same, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a really very nice work. So you can go forward for doing this work, because many of the people are foodie, so they can make utilization of your app in future also.
Yes, definitely, sir.
Sure. That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation of the day. For the next presentation, I would like to call Jyotsna S. Gaikwad for the paper title Literature Review on Designing a Real-Time Scheduling Method for Multi-Core Architecture. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible to us.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jyotsna Gaikwad, and my topic is literature review on designing a real-time scheduling method for multi-core architecture. We will see the abstract. This paper examines a survey about real-time scheduling on multi-core computers. We note that in this survey, the workloads of the cores are taken into account while allocating them to an incoming job. There may be a huge core and tiny core depending on the job demand. The number of floating point and multiply accommodating units is higher in large cores and lower in small cores. For complex activities, we can use the large core, and for simple ones, the tiny cores. We are able to employ cores more effectively and get dependable results as a result of this core division. This survey presents basic findings about real-time scheduling of multi-core processors that are unaffected by the scheduling strategies used. Let's start with introduction. Real-time systems plays crucial role in various industries like aircraft, automotive, telecommunication, and industrial automation because it ensures timely and reliable processing of critical tasks. It enhances resilience and flexibility, so addressing intricate customer requirements by focusing on heightened processor efficiency and software complexity. Challenges of elevated processor efficiency is employing a shrinking approach to enhance CPU clock rates, resulting in an increased power consumption and heat generation. So we shift to multi-core processors, hardware manufacturers integrating multiple cores onto a single chip to address power consumption and heat challenges. This is the diagram of multi-core architecture. It is a type of computer architecture that includes multiple processor cores on a single chip. Each core operates independently and can execute its set of instructions. Multi-core systems have becoming increasingly important in modern computing. Its importance lies in their ability to provide improved performance, efficiency, and scalability. Utilization of multi-core architectures. It enables enhanced performance and efficiency through the utilization of multiple processor cores in contemporary computing systems. There are challenges in real-time scheduling that managing task set with diverse types of tasks while adhering to tight timing constraints. Innovative approach in real-time scheduling is exploring and proposing novel methods to effective manage task sets in multi-core systems. Intercore communication in multi-core processor. It designs facilitating efficient distribution and allocation of processing tasks among available cores. Data processing and return to motherboard, that is process data from each core delivered back to the main board, improving overall system performance compared to single core CPUs. Necessity for real-time scheduling is real-time scheduling is crucial for precise task execution, ensuring that tasks
Hello,
are performed.
ma'am.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you,
Yes,
but
ma'am. Yes.
please don't read these slides. Just share what is your contribution in the paper. You're just
Uh,
reading these slides. We also can read these slides.
okay, sir. Okay.
So you just tell your contribution, what actually is your contribution in the
Okay,
paper.
sir. Okay, sir. Uh, so this is the necessity of real-time scheduling. Sir, I need to share some algorithms before that. Can I explain them?
Yes, ma'am, you can explain, no issues.
Yes. Okay. There is several real-time scheduling algorithm which are very important to consider. First is earliest deadline first, that is EDF, which prioritize tasks based on their deadline. which offers optimal schedulability and under certain conditions, but we can struggle with the task jitter and resource constraint. Second is rate monotonic scheduling, that is RMS. It assigns higher priority to tasks with shorter periods. It is simple and effective for the periodic tasks. There are types of tasks: periodic and sporadic tasks. Then deadline monotonic scheduling algorithm. It improves RMS, which was first scheduling algorithm, by prioritizing tasks which based on their deadlines. It enhances performance for tasks with varied execution times. First one was the RMS was for periodic tasks, and it is for various tasks. Then next is fixed priority tasks, which is FPS. It assigns static priorities which based on task criticality, that provides predictability and ease of analysis for systems, that is known as parameters, and each algorithm has its strengths and weaknesses, making them suitable for their different real-time scheduling scenarios. There is a related work. Here we have characterized every related papers in 3 parts, where we have differentiate them in domain and simulator, then algorithm and its implementation and inference from this. There are multiple previous research and several simulators utilized for evaluation, which are summarized. First is multi-core processor and cycle accurate simulator, where we have checked optimization, and it gives inference that 4-step processor for effective design space exploration and optimization of adjustable parameters. That parameters may be deadline miss ratio, and for multi-core and many-core systems. These parameters for multi-core and many-core systems. Second simulator was for multi-core processors. Here we checked prediction. There are several of the most widely used predictions and classification methods were used at different stages of computer stacks. And next one was multi-core processor and state-of-the-art and snipper simulator. Instruction level parallelism and single instruction multiple data was implemented and checked. The inference was from that they introduced a novel analytic approach for forecasting the performance of application, which running on contemporary multi-core processor, that records conflicts over shared caches and memory bandwidth, and that for better precision that separates ILP, that is instruction level parallelism, according to the kind of operation. Next was multi-core processor simulator, where we have checked configuration, and the configurator that analyzes application program and that extracts only components or paths which required for the application which is to be executed, and offers options regarding the number of processor cores and the structures of cache memory, which automatically generates application specific soft processor description in Verilog HDL. Verilog HDL is the hardware description language which is used to model and simulate electronic systems. Then again we have checked for another simulator, where there we check scheduling. Here CAMS ensures fairness by distributing the progress among threads and precisely monitor the progress made by the different workload threads on the various cores where types during executions. CAMS is the computer-aided modeling and planning tool for planners. Next is we checked multi-core simulator, where we checked multi-threaded. Here custard is an ASCII workload aware, which is a reliable design for multi-core IoT processors, that is Internet of Things processors. Then we checked multi-core processor and C programming environment simulation, where we check dynamic scheduling, which allocates heterogeneity into account while dynamically allocating jobs for multi-core real-time systems. Again, next in multi-core processor and cycle accurate instruction set simulator is used, where we have checked implementation of CMOS technology. CMOS is complexity metal oxide semiconductor technology, where we compared to alternate embedded processors. HAVA enhances low bit rate vocoder performance by more than 40% while maintaining almost the same level. HAVA is the harmonic and vocal attribute. It is a speech enhancement technique that improves the performance of low bitrate vocoders. Then we check multi-core processor simulator for the allocation, and here we got the result that it approached and resolved the problem using both algorithmic and numerical methods for multivariable optimization, and their method is predicted on a virtual machine queuing mechanism. Next was multi-core processor and 8086 simulator. Here we checked scheduling algorithms. In order to increase overall system reliability, they suggested reliability-aware scheduler that dynamically schedules programs on big versus or small cores by sampling the reliability characteristics of running apps on either core type. Then again, we checked scheduling. Here we checked based on topology and structure, where each DAG task um, where each DAG task straightforwardly method is suggested. DAG is the dependency analysis graph or
Sorry to
directed as
interrupt,
like
ma'am, but you have
yes.
1 minute to conclude.
Okay, sir. According to this, we have checked multiple literature reviews where we check scheduling. Then we have checked sequential and advanced encryption standard based on counter with chaining mode, and then accelerating weight-free. Where weight-free algorithm make better use of caches and write buffers of multi-core processor by using these two strategies. Uh, Furthermore, they've been using the weight-free algorithm without significantly alternating original methods control flow. These all are the researchers which is used for several simulators for the evaluations. Then again, we have checked joint DVFS, where DVFS is joint dynamic voltage and frequency scaling, which is power management techniques. Then we check low density parity, which checks decoding, and then again we have checked optimization. Then we check novel decomposition, routing, parallel architectures. Then all these related work we have checked. On that, we have concluded that this article conducts the survey among multi-core real-time scheduling processor, various real-time scheduling processors. We may do more than one activity at once and save this time by utilizing multi-core CPUs. Here, they have prioritized the completion of their jobs by using dynamic scheduling methods, which we have just seen. The workload determines how the cores are divided into small and larger cores that we need to check, where complex use large ones and simple use small ones. And the jobs are divided up to the make efficient use of the cores, and the outcomes was also accurate and productive. These are the references. Thank you.
You have very nicely, thoroughly given the presentation on the review of multi-core architecture,
Thank you.
and you have given a very nice presentation for time scheduling. I can understand your review is very thorough. So just a question out of curiosity
Yes,
that
sir.
whatever papers you have shown,
Yes.
so since you are a PhD scholar, so
Yes.
what you will be focusing on in the future as your title?
I am going to design a algorithm, scheduling algorithm based on real-time systems, in which we will see all these shortcomings used as a future work for our program algorithm.
Okay, so as you said, small cores and large core, are you going to work on the actual cores of a
Yes.
processor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very nice work. All the best for your PhD also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Ashraf Ali for the paper title One Way to Lessen Liquid Sloshing is to Analyze the Inherent Frequencies is an Overhead Double Baffle Damper by CFD. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Oh, am I audible? Am I audible, sir? Hello?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Is it visible now? My PPT is visible? Hello, my PPT is visible now, right? Hello,
So you're not audible to us.
is it audible now?
So you're not
Your-
audible to us.
Your
Yeah,
voice
fine.
is very low, sir.
Okay, I will make it since it is not good. Now it's okay.
Still low. Can you increase the volume of your mic?
Yeah, just now I increased. It is maximum reached to it is 100 decibel. Yeah. Now is it audible, sir? No. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you can
Yes, you
continue.
are audible. Please continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is I'm Ashraf Fadil. I am one of the research scholars from Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. My research area is application of fluid dynamics. These different types of applications are there. So the main research topic is sloshing dynamics. How to suppress sloshing or how to control sloshing. It is my primary area. So in this area, so these are the outline of my presentations because the primary aim of this article is to perform a numerical analysis of a tank or a cylinder, whatever that. To find the using experimental data, compare with the earlier researchers, they have been used for different types of tools like open form tutorials, computational fluid dynamics, and answers like that. But compare with these software tools, now I am going to focus the similar type of research work into the new tool. It is called CUMSAR multiphysics. It is a main. These are the objectives of my research work. So the important thing is to find the numerical studies and comparing these numerical studies result with the previous experimental work. Based on that, I want to give the input result and output for which model is validations. Especially for this research article, I have gone through the entire work with using CUMSAR Multiphysics 6.0. It is a tool, preferably fluid analysis or FSI, fluid structure interaction. So what I am going to just construct a tank in a FSA model. So the mathematical model can be represented as in the following slides. It is a mathematical model. In this model, I have given two types. That is, one is the first one is the liquid one. It's the water volume. The other one is the normal air because of the pressure and other things. The first one is a liquid. I am going to take for a simple one. I have taken is the water is inside the tank. So inside the tank, there is water there because it is moving. Some sloshing is kept. Some sloshing is going to happen. So based on that, I'm going to use the free energy equations. The dimensions field parameter. Here, the function f is the pi is the surface area and del pi is the velocity potential. T is inside the temperature. This is almost negligible compared with other parameters. So it is a tank. The tank contains liquid. Water is a liquid. Based on that, these other tools are the baffles. How to control the sloshing. So I inserted two baffles. The first one, the baffle material, which contains in the nylon. The second one is the other baffle, which contains the polyamide. The nylon and the polyamide, the material property is like that. I have taken into account Young's modulus as well as Poisson ratio. Compare with the other parameter, these are the main important parameter to suppress slosh. So nylon Young's modulus I have given 2.7 and polyamide 2.9. Compare with these two, the Poisson ratios are nylon for 0.4 and the polyamide for 0.3. So based on that, whenever the sloshing has come, I calculate the natural frequencies and the effect of displacement. Here, this is a diagram to compare or analyze the displacement during the sloshing time. I have taken into account just 0 to 1 seconds. But overall the time, 0 to 0.5 seconds only the sloshing has come. After that, almost it is going to suppress, almost it is going to rest. After 0.5 second to 1 second, whatever the material inside the baffle, whether it is polyamide or nylon, the sloshing is rest. after get over in 0.5 seconds. So these are the displacement during this losing time. I have counted 0 to point, that is 1 second. Based on this displacement, I can come to the conclusion. The nylon baffle showed the larger volume of displacement compared with other polyamide. Even I calculate polylactic acid PLA because it's not just only for the graph I added. So the graph shows clearly nylon baffle shows the higher, larger volume of displacement compared with other two polymer as well as polylactics. Because why it happens? Because this is due to the material elasticity and material plasticity of polymer and the arrangement of chain links. So compare with these three material baffles, nylon baffle possesses a good elasticity and very good moderate plasticity. It can yield the maximum displacement of 3 millimeter compared with other baffles. So based on these baffles, I have taken the conclusion. The natural frequency has been calculated 0 to 1 second. So the natural frequency is increasing for the nylon polyamide as well as polylactic acid. It is 0 to 0.5 seconds. After 0.5, almost the natural frequency decreases. The conclusion number 3, the material polyamide possesses moderate natural frequencies compared with other nylon as well as polylactic. The conclusion number 4, I discovered that increase in the height of the baffle or decrease in the porosity of the coefficient of the baffle, it can improve wave damping performance. The result is surprising as it indicates that modifying the physical characteristics of the porous baffle, it can significantly improve its effectiveness in reducing sloshing. So these are the base references I have taken from the reference paper, how to control the damping effect. These are the paper, because from the previous slide number 3 that in a tank, I have taken the account in the vertical shape of the baffles. In future, I'm going to take to the horizontal method. Instead of rectangular tank, I'm going to take the cylindrical type of tank. Instead of water is a liquid, I'm going to take the different types of fluid like gasoline or aerosol or liquid oxygen like that. So these are the references I have taken from my research paper.
Okay, very nice presentation.
Thank you, sir. If you have any queries, please move forward.
On 7th number slide, can you go, please?
Yeah.
So these values that you have set for Young modulus or Poisson's ratio, so you came to this value by experimentation, or
Yes.
you got it
No.
through literature survey?
I have taken these values from the literature survey. Compared with the previous research scholar studies, I have taken into these. I have taken the account.
Okay. So
Only
did
for
you
experiment.
try to do some deviation in these values for Young modulus and Poisson's ratio, and did you check what are the results or something like that?
Yes, I checked. Compared with the previous research scholars, my value is a little bit higher because quickly control suppressing the sloshing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Kotyad Mohan Kiran Kumar for the paper titled Real-Time Sales Data Analysis Using Distributed Tools and Implementation of Apache Distributed Tools. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good evening, panel. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible to us.
Yeah. So hello everyone. This is Mohan Kiran Kumar from Amrita School of Computing, Bengaluru, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, India. So the topic that we are going to discuss today is real-time sales data analysis using distributed tools and implementation of Apache distributed tools. We've done the project under the guidance of Dr. Shriba Bhaskaran, who's our faculty. So this would be the contents that we will be discussing for today. introduction, problem statement, background, an architecture overview, the methodology, and I'll finally put forward the results that we have obtained after rigorous experimentation. So, to start off with the introduction, the topic is for analyzing the real time sales data in a better way so that it helps the businesses to manage the customer data and to interact with them in much better sense. We aim to build a data analysis of customer data when the purchases are made through online platforms. For message passing, for data processing, and data storage, we have used the Apache distributed tools. As we know, Apache has one of the largest suite for distributed toolkits, and their models are quite robust, and their tools are quite useful for any implementation of distributed systems. By employing these tools, we ensured that an immediate update of customer data is done in the databases, and an immediate analysis is provided for the businesses so with near zero lag so that they can obtain any required analysis of the customers. This would be the problem statement that we have tackled in our project. The rapid increase in online transactions challenges e-commerce platforms to process and analyze large volumes of customer data. So, as we all know, as India moves towards a more and more towards a digital era, the online transactions are increasing day by day, and to be precise, hour by hour as well. With the onset of UPI, online transactions have hit new highs in our Indian markets. It is also important to manage this increase of data in an proper manner. And whenever we talk about big data, Apache is what comes into our mind. We use Apache Hadoop, Spark, and Kafka for ensuring this is done properly. We develop a scalable, fault tolerant real time data analysis system which provides updates and provides immediate insights to enhance the customer experience and the operational efficiency of the entire business. This was the background I was discussing earlier. In the business, the most important feature of anything is the customers. Customers are the backbone of any product and are the main aim of any business idea. Distributed computing improves processing speed and efficiency by distributing tasks across multiple computers. In some cases, it might be a single local host, but by properly using the multiple cores and multiple threads provided in that. It enhances fault tolerance and scalability in real time analysis of large volumes of customer purchase data. It is important that there are not much mistakes being made in data analysis, or else it might lead to errors which can cost which can occur a huge cost to the companies. Distributed computing empowers the sales dashboard to provide timely insights, enabling quick decision making and fostering collaboration across the organization. This would be the architecture of our project. We start off by getting a data source from Python. The message layer is handled by Apache Kafka, which is a streaming platform. The data processing and the data analytics is done using Apache Spark and Apache Hadoop. In Apache Hadoop, HDFS is particularly employed for data storage. This data storage is done using MySQL and HDFS. As a final output for the businesses, we used Django and Chat.js to present the final charts. To discuss in detail about methodology, this would be the following points. Python scripts have been used to gather, pre-process, and format data. We have first initially taken a data set and we have observed what are the different types of products that are being sold, what are the different types of cards that are being used, the amount of transactions, and all. Now we have employed a random function to create data. Each row of data contains lot of features like the product name, the transaction country, the card through which the transaction has been made, the time of the transaction, the day and the week. And then Apache Kafka serves as a distributed messaging system, providing a scalable and fault-tolerant platform for real-time data ingestion. This means that from the Python script, the data is sent to Apache Spark servers using Apache Kafka. Kafka ensures that message delivery is quite reliable and there is a seamless integration to downstream processing components. Apache Spark finally acts as the distributed data processing engine. It will read the incoming messages from Apache Kafka and will process it accordingly. Apache Hadoop coupled with HDFS serves as the distributed storage layer for for persisting large volumes of structured and unstructured data. We know how Apache Hadoop works with the help of map and reduce functions, where the key value pairs are used for better storage and better handling of large data. MySQL functions as a relational database management system for storing the structured data that may not fit well into distributed systems like HDFS. Django is the final layer of the proposed model, which serves as the web framework for building the user interface and the backend services of the real-time data analysis. Integration of this Django module with using Chat.js, a JavaScript library for interactive data visualization, we enable a very interactive and helpful way of showing the customer analysis to the businesses. This would be the results. So this is the interface in which this is how the final interface is seen on the on the web screen. We can see a card type and how many transactions are being by each type of card type. We can see how the sales by country are varying. For example, in a real-time scenario, if a company sees that Visa customers with Visa card are doing a lot of transactions, they can provide maybe a discounted offer or a better benefits to them to further increase the sales. In a very similar case, if in a particular country sales are not very much high, the business can further look into the insights of what is actually affecting the sales in that particular country or region. When running the this model, we got the following outputs in the Spark sessions. A total of 18 sessions were created in Spark to test the efficiency of the model. The first graph shows the input rate line graph for the streaming. This would tell how the input that is coming from Kafka is being processed in the Spark. The third figure is the batch duration line graph for streaming, which means that I earlier mentioned that we took a overall of 18 batches, and each batch duration is being plotted there. The fourth image is the process rate line graph for streaming. Whenever there is a new process that is whenever there's a new batch that is being processed, there's a spike in the graph, and this spike is quite constant till the last, except a few down spikes in between, which might be due to the operational overhead. The last graph is the input rows line graph for the streaming. This graph shows the operation duration of multiple batches. We can see that apart from the first batch, all the batches go and have a very similar rate of batch processing. In conclude, we can tell that an effective and efficient model is presented to perform customer data analysis. One of the main novelty of our proposed work is the integration of three Apache distributed toolkits: Hadoop, Spark, and Kafka. By doing this, we try to further simplify the analysis of businesses and improve the main part of any business, that is the customer experience. MySQL is stored to store the data, is used to store the data that is analyzed, and updates of the data happen within seconds in the MySQL storage. And thus, a robust, scalable, reliable system that that can handle large data with low latency is proposed. Further, with respect to future works, we can integrate this distributed toolkits with machine learning. We know how Spark is also efficient in machine learning models and how it can predict the future analysis as well. So by integrating machine learning, this model can be done a more robust one. This would be the references that helped us to get through the work. And now I'll be open for any questions.
No questions for your presentation from my side.
Thank you, sir. Any particular issues or?
No, that is fine.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Akshay Kumar for the paper title Security Challenges and Solution in Wireless and Optical Networks. I request the participant to kindly proceed with their presentation.
So you are on mute. Please unmute.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible to us.
Okay, sir. On the behalf of my student Akshay Kumar, actually he is in examination, university examination. Today there is a university paper. So on the behalf of Akshay Kumar, I would like to present papers. Sir, so the paper title is Security Challenges and Solution in Wireless and Optical Network. Okay. Sir, this is just a review paper. This is the first paper of the student, and he is in only BCA second year, sorry, final year, and he's trying to review on this network issue. So, the hyper-connected world currently characterizes the social order and modernization from personal communication to supporting critical infrastructure relates to the backbone and which nearly everyone works. So network security, actually this paper focuses on just regarding network issues, okay? Like we are using now Wi-Fi and other optical fibers, and what are the different challenges and what are the solutions in futures on this topic. This paper is focused. So network security can be defined practice tools and technology used to protect information integrity and security. So you will have to follow CIA rules. According to that, the availability through transmission and to protect the infrastructure against the attack, unauthorized access, data breach, and any other miscellaneous intentional across. So security concerns such as fiber tapping. Fiber tapping is the concern regarding fiber optics. So where attacker physically interrupt the light signals and data leak are some of the most significant risks becoming increasing included with critical data for financial institutions, healthcare, government institutions, and cloud computing services protecting the security of these networks. Now, objective is simple. Uh, we are trying to examine the security challenges posed by the rapid evolution of the network technology in wireless and optical domains. So these are the major two domains in wireless technology, that wireless and optical domains. Optical domains we are using for end-to-end connectivity, physical mode. So first aim is for the review is analyzing vulnerabilities of the wireless network such as eavesdroppings, then unauthorized access, and interface streaming from their broadcasting natures. Second one is the investigate security risks. What are including fiber tapping and data links, despite their inherently secured physically connections. Third one is the explore technology mechanism developed to migrate those security challenges such as encryption techniques. Now we can avoid, we can use encryption techniques in fiber optics also, and instruction detection system and emerging solutions, including AI-driven security. Now AI plays a very important role in futures or nowadays also. So AI-driven security, 5G and spectrum cryptography. And fourth one is addressing the growing need for secured high-speed data transfer in the context of 5G and IoT rapid expansion. Nowadays, IoT growth very rapidly, and this is also one of the challenge. And it emphasizes the importance of ensuring the integrity, confidentiality, and availability of the network communication. Now, regarding network security, these are the three CIA. That is the what confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So you must maintain all these things, and this is one of the challenge. So this is the key security of the network, and these are the threats and vulnerabilities in the network environment. Like malware is there, then denial of services, man in the middles. These are the different threats available over the internet while you are communicating or data transferring. So inadequate authorization measures also dispatch softwares and insider threats. Now I will discuss first that overview on the wireless network. So majorly Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and cellular phone. These are the three Wi-Fi networks where we are daily used or we are using day-to-day life. So the most widely used WAN technology is Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is everywhere we are using, but these are the what defined area. It is used in particular defined area, and high-speed internet access is available through this Wi-Fi. They operate on non-licensed frequency. So this is the important, that's non-licensed frequency band we are using in this Wi-Fi, like 2.4 GHz to 5 GHz, and the devices like your smartphones, laptops, and IoT systems. Second one is Bluetooth, but it is also for short distance, short range. Bluetooth have very short range, that is 10 to 100 meters, and considered as a band. Uh, so we can say Bluetooth is secured, but here is also it is only used for only short distance. So it means that my device can communicate wirelessly with other such device like the smartphones and headset and peripherals. Third one is the cellular network, and in cellular network, uh, previously we are using 3G, now we are using 4G, and now emerging network, that is 5G, is in market, and 5G is already launched and we are using. So these are the class of wide area communication, and that allows voice and data services to provide the over large geographical area. And to maintain these, there are some security protocols and mechanism already implemented here. WEP is the first security protocol, and it was provided data confidentiality, and which might be compared of that wired network. But it was discovered and fraud soon, means there are some faults in that WEP, so that WAP is put forward, and WPA was invented for temporary measurement between the WEP, and issues to release the WPA2. So WPA2 is the advanced version, and it what sort out the problems which occurs in WEP. So WP like TKIP, and which changes the encryption key for the packet data. Now encryption is the technology while you are sending data. So there is encryption technology so that your data cannot be read by the any other person. If the data is leaked also, so he can't be read. So that was the much more than the WEP static approach, and WPA. So this one of the finally replaced by WPA, and it was the industrial standard for a long time. We are using this security protocol, that is WPA2 version 2, and it brought AES and more secure encryption. Now there are some encryption, decryption algorithms available over the network security. Okay, and it is more secure than the weaker RC2. RC2 is one of the algorithm used in network security, and it is used in WPA. So WPA2 is also introduced CCMP for better data integration and functionality. Then what are the challenges and solution in security? So challenges is what in optical network rely on passing the light signals via fiber optics cables, transmit data, and it dramatically transport telecommunication in reality by providing high data transfer rate, distance capability, and minimum degradation of the signals. Now there are two primary components. Number one, fiber optic networks, and the data is actually transmitted through this fiber optics network in the form of light pulses. So this is the one of the best technology, and using fiber optics, you can send data with the speed of light. I would like to inform that is speed of light, and speed of light is very large, that is 3 to 10 to the power 8 per meters. So within these strands of glass or plastic, now this fiber optics is made up of glass material or plastic material. This one is the network, optical network, and number two is the optical transport network. Now, optical transport network also, These are the layers above the build upon the fiber optical fibers, and they provide a basis for handling the routing of optical signals. They can multiplex many different types of data stream. Now the multiplex is the or multiplexer is the property of this optical transport network. Means multiple signal can be sent in a single channel. In a single channel, you can send multiple signals. And it include voice, video, and internet traffic over a single optical channel in an efficient manner.
1 minute to conclude.
Okay,
Sorry
sir.
to
Okay,
interrupt.
sir. No problem. Okay. So these are the security issues. And now the there are some solutions also. So fiber tapping and surveillance. Fiber tapping is the most widely encountered security threats because attackers physically tap into the fiber optic cables. This is the one security issue. Then data integrity and confidentiality. So optical networks carry large chunks of data, and integrity confidentiality of the data have become the top priority. Now optical fibers are tapped or physically compromised, and hence the risks of compromise toward the integrity and privacy. So the data can be modified or corrupted as it is passes through the network or stolen for the same miscellaneous purpose. These are the some security issues. Now there are some security measures. Encryption in optical networks among the most effective means of the security optical networks through the encryption. Okay, so encryption is the best technique to avoid the such types of things. So the data transmission over the optical network would be encrypted, and any information interrupted by the unauthorized users or unreliables. Then these are the future states in emerging technology. Now 5G network, it will change the telecom industry itself in many ways, and they will be enable significantly higher data transfer speed, reduce latency, and the capability to support the billions of simultaneously connected devices. So this is the power of 5G network, and this will be open door for the smart city, autonomous vehicles, and a much more innovative Internet of Things application, IoT applications. Okay, and the solution is what? At AI and machine learning. So AI and machine learning has the emergence indispensable network security tools where the advanced techniques are used to identify and nullify the cyber threats. So this is the solution for all these challenges, that is the AI and ML, and the absolute volume of the data and complexity of the modern network environment make it virtually impossible for human administrator to detect them in real time and provide the adequate response. So AI and ML, on the other hand, offer solutions by recognizing changes over time and adaptability. So automatic threat detection and even prediction of the potential future attacks. So this one is the solution. Now conclusion is that wireless as well as optical networks both have becoming the very crucial infrastructure of daily communications, and therefore it must be secured. Then there are scientific inheritance weakness of wireless networks, and that necessitate constant innovation in the encryption, instruction detection to ward off outstoppings and unauthorized access and DOS attack. Number three, optical networks appears more secure in other areas, but have issues regarding fiber tapping and data integrity. And all this really brings in both new opportunity for 5G, IoT, and quantum technology, as well as the new challenges become future visions for security will be carved out by AI, machine learning, and quantum cryptography through the large-scale network architecture, considering the fact that data safely has already been arrested. Now, these are the references, sir, and thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for the presentation, sir. Uh, I would like to let you know if that student is ready to pursue his work in the same title, whatever is there. He can Google out
Yes,
my
sir.
name on the Google, and some of the problems that you have highlighted in this presentation, I have tried to provide a solution. My MTech and my PhD was in the domain of security only. So he can read
sir.
and go through those papers, and he can come up with the solutions for the problem that you have highlighted in this paper.
Thank you,
So
sir. Thank you, sir.
it can be a
Sir,
great
can I
help
know
for him.
the papers?
Pardon?
Yes, sir. Can I know the name of papers?
You can just Google out my name. They are
Okay,
accessible.
sir. I will search on Google. Okay.
Yeah. Google Scholar, I have uploaded everything.
Okay, sir. Google
Yeah.
Scholar. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I would like to call Payal for the paper title Uncovering Hidden Fraud, Isolation Forest Space, Anomaly Detection in Credit Card Transactions. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Hello team. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. It's
Good
audible?
afternoon, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you are audible to us.
Okay, thank you. Uh, I'm not able to share my PPTs right now. पता नहीं क्या हो गया. Sir, can you give me 5 minutes? You can take the next one. Meanwhile, I'll solve
Ma'am,
my
if you're
problem.
facing problem in sharing your PPT, you can share it
Yes.
to me in the chat. I will
Okay.
present this in place of you,
Okay.
if this works.
Okay.
Hello, Karthik.
Yes, sir.
If it is going to take time, we can take the next candidate till you download the PPT.
Oh, sir, it's done.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just sharing my screen. Here it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is visible, Karthik.
Thank you, sir.
Visible? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Karthik sir. I Payal Ganesha from GLS University, assistant professor at GLS University, and my guide is Dr. Devarshi Mehta. She is also available online. My topic is uncovering hidden frauds, isolation, forest, based anomaly detection in credit card transaction. So basically, nowadays that number of frauds are happening in a worldwide, and lots of people are lots of people are facing these types of problems. So fraud detection is an essential part of financial institutions nowadays, and it's with the companies. So by using of the modern technology and analytical methods that we can identify such kind of anomalies, and the million of the transactions happen in a day by day and every minute, and by doing such peoples, and so we cannot identify which is the legal one and which are the frauds one. So as per the report, in a 2020, 12 to 13, the number of fraud cases are registered is a 221, but it can be invested by such kind of FEMA. It was a 1722. So up to the day by day and up to the years, it's happened in a last transaction, matlab last year 2021 to 22. The investigation and the cases that goes up to 5313 5313, and the number of records are registered as per the PMLA, that is 1180, but it's always happen in the day by day. And as per the new report, the in a US, in a 2024, the credit cards theft and the reports and the fraud cases are registered up to 8 lakhs in a 1 year. So the day by day activities and these fraud activities are happen. So to find that type of fraud records and the fraud transaction, I have implemented such algorithm, that is isolation forest. So what is isolation forest? Basically, it is a anomaly detection algorithm, which is a very famous for its to find efficiency and the simplicity by its removing anomalies from the data set. And the isolation forest is the state of the art anomaly detection algorithm, which is very famous algorithm. By removing anomalies, we have the such kind of data, but it removes anomalies from the data set. it's use the binary partitioning and which is a quick identifier outliners with the minimum overhead. So isolation forest is a provide a quick approach by selecting any random features from the data set, which split the data set into the different section, and it splits up to the up to it take the isolated data. So basically it work with the like recursive format and isolate the particular transaction. So next please. So the isolation forest work like a tree-based model for detecting any kind of outliners. The working principle is randomly select the features and split the data. As I said, it's required. It finds some anomalies from the fewer partition and isolate it. It's a very fast algorithm, so that's why it's a provide a fast result compared to any other algorithms, which are the base and the main advantages. It can be work with the large number of data sets, so we can apply the different parameters to find the anomalies, and which require a minimum memory requirement to find the anomaly. So the anomaly detection that will be easy for us through this algorithm, and it provide the more so it's work with in a tree based algorithm. So it's a combination with the random forest and the decision tree. So it's a, we can say it's a assembled technique where we isolation sorry decision tree and the random forest. So how does it work? This is the basic flow chart that I have uh, prepared over here. So basically, when the new transaction is comes, the isolation forest is check it is a fraud or not. If it is a fraud, then it's considered as a fraud transaction. Then it put it one. If it is a normal transaction, then it consider as a zero transaction. So this is the basic flow chart how the isolation forest is work. The next is uh, in a data set, in my data set I have put it up to 5 lakhs transactions, which cover the 2 years transaction from the 1000 customers across the 800 merchants. The different parameters such I have included like transaction time, merchant category, amount, uh, merchant longitude, latitude, amount, the different parameters that I have put it in my data set. Pre-processing, I have implemented the data cleaning, splitting, and training. That if the data was missing, then I have put it the pre-processing over the data. The next, I have implemented uh, isolation forest, and I got the result like which is available in a next slide. Yes, thank you, sir. So such kind of parameters that I you can show, it's a transaction date, credit card number, merchant category, amount, city. Such kind of parameters I have using in my data set, and it's generate a heat map over here. So it's basically that show the correlation matrix of the different parameters. The next is my analysis tool. Here I have show the histogram with the legal transaction and with the illegal transaction, or you can say the fraud transaction amount. So there are the number of fraud transactions are there, so which is defined with some red lines, so and blue lines that indicate the legal transaction amount from which are in our data set. This is define the confusion matrix, the how the parameters is relevant to the other parameters. So this kind of the figure is show the confusion matrix over here, fraud and normal transcripts of prediction. The next is also define the how the anomaly detection by the algorithm by the isolation forest. Here the X define indicate the index and the Y indicate the amount. So in the particular ratio, so next please. In a particular ratio, the in a 0 to 1 lakh transaction, there are the red dots that indicate the anomaly, and the blue dot indicate that normal transaction. So you can see that the number of red dots are and the number of blue. It's the size of the dot is too large, so that's why you cannot identify that the which dot is put it on a particular line. So that's why it's I have to put a small dot over here. So in that case, that you can see the accuracy matrix. It provides the accuracy 72% accuracy that I found through by implementing uh, isolation forest, and we can find 5,000 more than 5,000 records which are anomaly, and more than 5 lakhs that considers the normal transactions. The which are the advantages of the isolation forest, why I have to implement it. It reduce the false positive. Suppose some few transactions are there that's such kind of the transaction is not false, but still it's indicate it's a false transaction, false alert. So that reduce that type of transactions. There is no require any such kind of label data, so it's, you can say it's uh, it's a unsupervised algorithm, so no require the label data. It's a very efficient algorithm and very simplest algorithm, so you can also implement with the large data set, and you can easily identify the anomalies from the different data set with the different parameters. And here I have also defined the future scope. I can also implement such different parameters, or I can consider is the hyperparameters tuning. I can also use such alternative algorithms with the random forest, SVM, and I can also balance my data with the oversampling and the undersampling. So that can be that I'll be considered as the future scope. Sir, please, any suggestions or there's any questions, and you can.
So have you done the feature engineering for the credit card fraud detection data set? Like you showed the confusion matrix also. So the
Yes.
that is the matrix which is the result of your isolation tree, right?
Yes, sir.
So I think if you go for feature engineering, where if you
Okay.
can reduce the features and only use the relevant features which are required, I think your
Okay.
results will be optimized. The accuracy
Okay.
is 72%. It can go to 80 or 85 if you try to reduce the feature. It doesn't mean dropping the features, taking
Okay.
only the relevant features.
Okay. Okay, sir. I definitely try some more relevant features, and I'll try to implement it.
And in your heat map also, you have highlighted some points in your heat map. So you
Yes, sir.
try to find out the significance for that specific points. That is there any significance of that specific combination in the fraud detection?
Okay.
So that can also help you in reducing the errors and increasing the output of detection of frauds.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's all for a suggestion from my
Okay.
side.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your nice suggestions, sir. Thank you,
Yes.
team.
Yes.
Thank you, Karthik, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For that, I would like to call Pandaraja for the paper title Virtual Attendance Management by Facial Recognition using OpenCV. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I'm audible, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible to us and we can see your screen.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Good evening to honorable present here. Myself, Dr. P. Pandiraja, currently working as an professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Veltech, Dr. Sakuntala Rangarajan, R&D Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. My co-author, sir, Karthik Kadavil, is working as an Department of CSC from Ada University of London. And my Another co-author Karthik from Department of Tribly from Pongunadu College of Engineering from Tamil Nadu. Another co-author Dr. S. Murali, head of the department, School of Computing, Vellore Institute of Technology, Vellore. My title is Virtual Attendance Management Facial Recognition using OpenShivi. That is my title of my paper. First of all, you see the introduction of my paper. Here, the attendance is a mandate from everyone to work with anywhere at any places. The attendance management for any organization in mandatory to process its versioning from complicated and prone to the some error will be done from manually to take an attendance. So in this concept, the already prevailing some widely implemented from attendance management through based upon the finger impression and a biometric impression with help of one face recognition as well as the biometric impression with help of thumb impression to mark the attendance longer. Then we are proposed method to attempt to overcome the issues to solve the problem to facing the issues. We are taking the attendance for a long time and manually as well as some error will be there, as well as using the biometric we can take from one by one. It takes us some longer time, as well as to face finger to finding from one by one is to take some long amount of time. So we go for an machine learning approach as well as for facial recognition. Using this facial recognition to recognize and to identify the user, to fetch the data from the user. I mean, more than 60 or 70 users in our classroom. Then to take the photos and to labeled data will be trained. Labeled data means you can each and every images will be some labeled data will be there. You can train with them, and with help of them. The help of them in machine learning, various approaches to introduce, we can predict, okay, he is a correct person or not, whether the particular person is present or not with help of an machine learning algorithm. You are using this reference to the progress of learning. You are using this NVBS algorithm. Here we are finding some limitation as well as some research gap in this previous research. The first author Sachin Sudhakar et al. To be proposed work in the year of 2015. The title of the paper is Multi-View Face Detection using Deep Learning Convolutional Neural Networks. What's the main drawback of means is a more complex and require to annotation. Either it's a different process for your facial landmarking. Then the second author Zion Zi et al. To present in the paper to improve the face image extraction by using the deep learning techniques in the year of 2016. What's the drawback I'm finding means the viola zones detecting the trained data will be some inaccurate result will be there in this proposed method. Then the third paper in the year of Akem Gupta et al. To present the paper, a review paper on attendance marking system based on face recognition. What's a drawback of this means it still some have issues will be some accuracy performance will be measuring as well as the to finding whether the human or not. Then fourth one, Yechungwa et al. To propose the paper in the year of 2017. The title of the paper is CNN for face detection and recognition. The limitation should be on detection of classification accuracy is not achieved. And in the year of 2017, the author proposed Patrick Compton et al. The proposed method is a new method for face recognition using CNN convolutional neural networks. What's a drawback or a limitation means it's a very huge training data set lead to the you can take some high computation cost to be there while training the data. Then the year of 2018, Priya Gupta et al. To present the paper Deep Neural Networks for Human Face Recognition. What's a drawback of means you are using the implementing for a core network for more complex. More complex means with some computation cost will be very high to consume the data for need to take some more amount of time. The year of 2019, Mei Wang et al. To present the paper for deep face recognition survey. The main issue will be on security. There is no security in this use as well as some phishing issues will be there in this drawback of in this paper. In the year of 2020, Ibrahim Al Amda et al. To be present the paper on automatic attendance system using face recognition and deep learning algorithm. What's the main limitation of this one means testing result is compared with showed 90% face reduction and 87.3% is a face recognition. So we are finding some research gap in these each papers. I mean, the first one is a Sachin Tendulkar is a more complex and requires some annotation as well as for to take some more computational time, then inaccurate result, then finding whether it's a human or not. Okay, some many drawbacks are in this method. So we are proposing the method facial virtual attendance management for facial recognition using OpenCV. My first objective, the task of my proposed system to capture the page for each student and to store in the cloud database for their attendance. Then the second objective is each face of the student need to be captured in such a manner that like is a labeled data to be stored in this database. Then the third objective is there is no need to take some teacher attendance manually to overcome the issues, to solve the problem, to reduce the computation cost also in this proposed work. Here it is my system proposed overall architecture. Here we are segmented from the 5 modules are there. Module 1 is a face extraction. Here module 2 is on face representation creation. Then module 3 is a corpse cleaning for face images. Then fourth one is module is a face recognition. Then finally we got an confidence measure, then produce a result. Then we are giving the input from the images. In module 1 is a face extraction. With help of one, you can image will be grayscale conversion. Then you can detect the face. After the face will be detected, you can identify the face region extraction, as well as you can checking the for eye detection and face transformation. All are done from the first module from the face extraction. And these images will be again trained with an face representation creation with help of an SIFT key point detection. With SIF of SIFT detection, what's the main purpose of SIFT means to extract the images and to boost into the clear-cut images. With the help of an SIFT key point detection algorithm to computation cost. Why we are go for an SIFT key means to reduce the computational cost. To reduce the computational cost, we go for an SIFT key point algorithm. Then after that, you can check whether any in these images any corpse means any blocks or any dots are there means you can all these are clearing in this module 3. Then after that, you can comparing with the face gallery. Face gallery means in your database. Then you can check our previous gallery of the database as well as in your existing data, capture the data from real time. You can compare with this database. Suppose the
Sorry
database
to interrupt,
means,
sir, but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Okay, sir. Okay. It is matched means the face will be recognized. Then automatically is marked as an this person is present. This person is present. Then automatically send a message. Don't get a result. Here in module 1 space extraction, you are using the 4 stages are there. Haircut feature selection algorithm there. Creation of integral images are there. You are using the adoption boost algorithm for finding this dot identification. Then cascading classifiers are in module 1. Module 3 for face representation as well as creation. You are using the OpenCV, open source computation vision library. You are using the simple function. What's the main purpose of system function development? To reduce the computation cost, we are go for on this algorithm. We are using this Euclidean distance based algorithm to finding the existing images as well as real-time images. Compare with how much percentage will be threshold will be getting means suppose 90% will be there means then suppose the student is present. Okay, suppose present below 90% student is not there. Then we are using this. Then you can conclude this. The in our proposed work, you can achieve the result maximum 91.2%. We achieve this in this testing purpose. We are achieving from last year. The system can be administered from the with help of an cloud, with you can store the information and you can send the auto mail to the help of an anyone who are registered. Then you can send a mail. Then in this we run this in this module with the help of an Python. We can run the code from here. I mean that's built up with the first module is check the camera. I mean whether the camera is corrected focus or not. Then the second one is to capture the faces. Then to train the images. Then finally you can recognize the attendance. Then suppose the recognize the attendance to match these 2 images means then automatically send a mail to the concerned person. This is for a screenshot of my paper. You can take it from attendance recognition with a label data. Then after that, you can check whether you can send it from suppose the student is present means suppose the registered email will be sending automatically to the particular student is present. Here it is some attendance report be there. You can collect it from the CSV file format. You are using this comma separate value file format. You can automatically store the teacher. So attendance will be downloaded from the in the CSV format. Some of the examples are there. Roll number, who is the student name, who is the time also to be present here. These are my references.
Sir, one curious question for your title that if I have a class of 60 students,
Yes,
so
sir.
how the attendance will get calculated for all the 60 students?
Sir, with help of the camera will be focused from here in front of classes, sir. Okay. Then the image will be captured from this is 360-degree image. I mean camera only, sir. Not from
individual student has to open his camera, or
no, sir,
are you
no,
going
sir,
to
no,
detect?
no, sir. We are focused in from class only, sir. We are fixed in class only, not from individual, not from individual. You can take the entire images from the at a time, sir. Then we can label data. You can compare with the database. Suppose the student is present means with help of the label data, you can check with the real-time data. Suppose the student is present means you got to present. Otherwise, you put an option.
So have you implemented that in practical?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are implemented for up to 10 students only, sir. 10 students only we are implemented.
Okay, sir. Great work. That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the last presentation. For the last presentation, I would like to call Rawat Ramesh for the paper title Enhancing Healthcare Privacy, a Synergistic Approach with Federated Learning and Blockchain Integration. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Yeah. Thank you, Karthik, for accommodating me. Then my apologies to Dr. Shailesh. Actually, I supposed to present this paper 12:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So due to my unavailability in India, so I could not able to make it possible, and currently I'm in Poland. So please excuse my part of discussion. Yeah,
No issue.
thank you. Yeah, fine. So let me share my screen. Yeah, hope this is visible to you.
Yes,
Right?
sir, it is visible to us.
Yeah, thank you. Then please do let me know whether my slides are moving or not. Moving, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. So the basic part of discussion that we need to present, that is in the name of paper title, Enhancing Healthcare Privacy, right? This is a synergistic approach with federated learning and blockchain integration. So this is the part of one of our project ongoing, and that we compile this work for making the healthcare record processing part more secure. So just in a little bit way, I'll try to finish the things by showing you the required architecture and how the framings were happened with respect to this part of compilation. So if you see the simple overview of the workflow that which we have designed, right? So just that we are including two concepts here, that is federated learning and federated learning in integration with the blockchain. Then I'll let you know why that the concept of blockchain has been considered here. So this is the normal part of happening that we design in the way like that, that when we combine the parts of these two different technologies like federated learning and blockchain, that we started collecting the data from the users in phase one through various devices. You can even, so this is well developed in countries like UK, US, and Europe countries that you know. So by sitting at their home, then we can gather the healthcare related data, health related data for further processing and others. So this way that we are collecting the data, means we are arranging the data to be collected from the users. And as an initial approach, why? Because this initial approach gives us the flexibility to securely transfer the data from the device of the user that who is wearing by sitting at home and towards the processing entity that is called federated server, right? And finally, that for analytics purpose, we consider some kind of machine learning paradigms based on the problem dependency. So when it reaches to the local machines and local machines in terms of clients started performing their activity. And based on that, we try to analyze the training process, means analyze the training process by making sure that in what way the resultant part can be shared with the doctor so that the doctor can suggest the suitable prescription to the patient. That's it. And if we find any inaccuracies, that we try to process that particular training, right, by in a repeated way, right? And finally, we finalize the model. And in phase 2, that for security purpose, the entire part of the result will be stored in the blockchain with the ID given to the particular patient. So that's it. So this is the overview of the workflow that we have constructed. And that basically what happens with the federated learning process. So as I told you that we start collecting the data from the various edge devices, right? And it goes to the local clients, right? And local clients started performing their computation accordingly. And this is called local model. So you can choose any kind of machine learning approach based on the problem dependency, mostly prediction or mostly giving the suitable prediction values with respect to the disease to the particular doctor so that the doctor can take. And the clients which are arranged under the clusters will be submitted the result to the global model, and the global model will analyze the same and gives the rewards back to the clients that who performed really well. And likewise, that we can have the cluster of global models. And finally, as a final result that taken from the all local clients and the global models, the final result will be stored in the global server. So this part is well enough to manage. But nowadays, that theft is happening, and healthcare records have been shared in a different mode, and this is used for different purposes. So let's do a kind of approach, and we'll make the possibility of storing the data permanently in one of the entity that is called blockchain. So that's it. So this way, the concept was conceptualized. Yeah, thank you. Now, so as I told you, like, what was the problem? The problem was that while gathering the data from the edge devices, various edge devices, there is a risk of data being leaked out to attackers. So still this is happening. So as a nominal solution, when we tried with module 1 part of our project, simple. So we tried to exemplify the concept of homomorphic encryption in order to prevent the data effects or data breaches happening to the data of the patient. So this way that we can preserve the confidentiality of the data of the users, and we can also preserve the integrity, and we can make available the data to the user whenever he wants, whenever he or she wants to check the possibility whether data has been reached properly to the destination for analytics. That's it. So this way that we can preserve the sensitive instances of the medical data while being collected. And this way that we can ensure the privacy preservation part by using these two modern technologies. So as I explained the concept of federated learning, that I don't want to go in deeper. So what happens, like basically the data part has been collected from the local edge devices, and it will be submitted back to the various suitable clients framed under cluster mechanisms, and these algorithms will perform the suitable analytics, and finally the result will go back to the global model, and based on the result drafted by each and every individual local model, the global model gives the rewards. And finally, it goes to the part of global model. Why? Because the global model performs the aggregation. So these are the two important points that we can consider under federated learning as an initiative. So that we need to initialize the global model with what type of functionalities that we need, with what type of functionalities needed to be included, and we distribute the parameters to the clients accordingly. And finally, when it comes to the part of the local training, the client simply train the model locally based on the algorithm tuned with, right, and compute and update the local parameters. And these local parameters will be submitted back to the global model. So the global model takes the aggregation function or aggregation algorithm, whatever we call, and simply updates from the clients, and it also updates the global model. And distribute the updated model to the client so that this client has performed exceedingly well. So his part of computation can be considered for this kind of analytics. This way, the computation goes with FL part, right? And in order to check the efficiency and in order to check the regularity of the data collected from the users. So these are the some sample attributes I'm presenting here that which are considered for analytics at each and every local model. And this is related to basically you can simply call cancer data. And at the local training, as a local training part means for client one, as we have framed 6 clients under 2 clusters of global models. So we try to initiate the process in terms of actual prediction with the mean square error. So it's a local training result. Then the client one produced 3913.65. Okay, accuracy in terms of milliseconds, you can simply call. And here, this client actual and predicted values for mean square error possibility, again, with federated learning got reduced. So this was 3913.65 milliseconds, and this is 337.75.91 milliseconds. This is quite high. Why? Because it happened with the local model. The resource part was not that much higher. So we initially started making the training part more accurate. That was the reason. Okay, and that we try to exemplify the same with breast cancer data set overview, just for checking the efficiency and accuracy part adopted with the concept of this federated learning, right? So these are the observed points like that, how the radius of the points from age to blood pressure, blah, 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 has been calculated. So this was presented for your reference and illustration. And then when we start doing with another metric that is called binary cross entropy, okay, so that you know that what is the importance of binary cross entropy. Why? Because it gives a modularity and dependency between various attributes, means features, when we consider. So when we parted this binary cross entropy, then the client initially, local client gave 22.80 accuracy in terms of again milliseconds, and the same was tested and drastically it was reduced with the federated learning result. So this is the major difference that you can observe. And if you do with a straightforward parallel processing or distributed processing machine learning part, then you may definitely get this kind of scenario. And as the federated learning has been considered as one of the leading technology, then obviously it gave this much of value. A simple reason, right? So this is for testing in terms of binary cross entropy and MSE. Now, when we started integrating the part with the cluster server to the global server, and at the end of whole procedure, after performing the computation part and shared by each and every individual client, this was submitted to the global server. Now, the global server checks the accuracy of the model performed by each and every client and stored in the blockchain. Okay, that is a part. And this is done to take the measure against, like, just for checking that whether any client gone with any proceeded means with any kind of mistake in terms of single point of failure happened, our data was not analyzed properly, blah, blah, blah. So in terms of global server accuracy, that we try to ensure its traceability and transparency of all computations performed by each and every individual client participated in the learning process. Okay. So this is the one. And you know that why basically the blockchain technology has become more transparent nowadays. Why? Because this is the leading one, and that you can preserve the data integrity, and you can also assure the traceability, auditability and transparency of the data collected collected from the patients or from the users. And even after analyzing that, if you want to process back, then you can say confidently that the data part which was analyzed and stored in blockchain technology is completely immutable. So no one can change. Yeah. And based on the availability of the structure we consider or we adopt, then we can go with decentralization or even go with the private blockchain part as a centralized cluster community. So this happens. So this is in our hand, right? So these are the uses of BC, right? And when we started deploying, the final result happened and performed by each and every individual client. So as a part of just analytics, that we initially started with testing the linear regression model. And when the result part was generated, then the corresponding data was stored in the first block of the blockchain, right? And accordingly, the client information from the cluster one gives these many. So we tested with initially for 15 patients, and based on the metrics collected in terms of data values like blood pressure, age, and their eating habits, blah blah blah, some accuracy point value generated like this, and the complete information of a particular client you can get um, from cluster one, where patient one is recorded with this, patient 2 is recorded with this value, patient 3 is recorded with this value, like this. And the block is completely secured. And you know why? Because the blockchain performs 5 types of different operations in order to make sure the immutability process. So likewise, and again, when we took the cluster one of client 2, then these are the data recorded. And again, another part of cluster, that is block 4, that is cluster 1, client 3. As we have considered for each and every cluster with 3 clients, then all the related information of the patients have been stored accordingly. So these are the results stored in the blockchain part. And we try to exemplify the things, whether the linear regression model performs fine or not. So we started exemplifying the same with another logistic regression model to check the accuracy in a better way. And we try to find out if any missing values are have been happened or not. Then if any missing values happens, and ultimately the algorithm will produce the result in an accurate way. So again, in the same realm of computation, we started performing with the logistic regression model also. And accordingly, then this cluster 2, especially this cluster 2 recorded the values with 1. So where block 6, block 7 for client 2. This is cluster 2, client 1, again cluster 2, client 2, like this. Cluster 2, this is happened with cluster 2. Means cluster 2 given the logistic regression model and cluster 1 given the linear regression model. That was the difference. And we try to finalize the accuracy of the model selected. And based on the insights of the data,
but you have 1 minute to conclude.
I'm done. So based on insights of the data, you can further change the modality of the machine learning algorithm, and you can proceed further. So this is in our hands. Fine. So this is the cluster 2 for client 3 with the logistic regression model. And these are the results drafted in terms of application centric way, so that the client or the user can feel kind of assurance from the technology provided. That's it. So this is the overview of our work compiled and presenting today. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request session chair, sir. Sir, do you have any questions?
No question for this presentation.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Sailesh. Yeah, thank you for accommodating us. And please note down this paper ID. If you don't present, it becomes unethical, right? So being an IIT, then I should not accept this. So without presenting the paper, I don't want my publishing. So that's why I'm requesting you. Sorry, I have requested you, and you just considered my request. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the closing remark. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during this 9th version and all the previous 8 versions of the conference. We'll be happy to have you in the 10th version in 2025. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTCS 2024. Now, I would love to extend my gratitude towards our session chair, Professor Shailesh Pramod, for chairing the session. Sir, this is the token of appreciation from GR Foundation and partners. Sir, please address our participants.
All the participants have done their presentation very nicely. Coordinator has coordinated all the presentation very nicely. I hope all the best to all the participants for their degree or whether it is doctorate. So it was really nice presentation by everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request everyone to kindly turn on their cameras for a quick virtual snapshot of the conference. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, stay connected.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm still remaining there.
Ma'am, can I know your name, please?
Yeah, I'm Priyanka Patel and the paper ID is 200. I have emailed you that in my slot I have the time 12:30 to might be 2:37 or something, but I was unable to connect at that time. And later on, they have provided me the few links. Out of them, I'm able to connect with particular the link. I'm waiting once the schedule papers are
Ma'am, can I
finished.
know which session has been allotted to you?
1 minute, huh? I need to check that because I don't know that particular name. But that the C and the 5C are something like that is there. And let me see. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. So it is. See, many rooms are there, as I can see.
Just a second, ma'am. Let us resolve your problem first. Sir, can we have ma'am's presentation in this session?
How much time it will take?
Hardly 8 minutes, sir.
Okay, we can have it. No issues.
Ma'am, you can proceed with your presentation.
Okay, give me 2 minutes to join with my presentation. 1 minute. I'm connected with the if 1 minute. I'm not getting the how to connect with Zoom to.
Ma'am, you can share me your presentation. I can present it to you in
No,
place of.
but I need a screen, not here. I need a screen at least. Right now, I'm unable to close my camera through mobile. Okay, now. Okay. Is it visible? The screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am, your
Is the
screen is
screen
visible to
visible?
us.
Okay. Okay, can I share the link if you can proceed?
Yes,
I
ma'am,
can.
you can share the link to me. I will present it instead of you.
Yes. Okay, but you need I guess the password. I have said the presentation.
Just a second, ma'am. Let me log in.
Okay.
Ma'am, we are not able to access your PPT. Can you please reshare it to us?
I'm joining with the laptop. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, ma'am.
Can we reschedule her presentation in another session? Because at 5:30 I have another meeting. Only 3 minutes are left now.
Okay, sir. Just a second. Let me talk to sir first. Just a second. Let me just come back to you. Okay, sir. Ma'am, is I'm audible?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, you can share your recorded presentation to us via email. There will be
Okay.
no obligation or effect on the publication of this.
Yeah, fine. No issue. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
dear.
sir. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and consideration.
Thank you,
Your
Karthik.
efforts.
Very nicely coordinated by you.
Thank you, sir.
Mm.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. See
Thank you,
you
dear.
soon.
Thank you.